Well, hello again. How are you all? I hadn't intended to make another one so quickly, but I was out in the garden checking the different things, and I was checking the pear trees, the apple trees, the peach trees, and I came upon the pear tree, and it's first year that the pears have really started coming in, and I looked up at that pear. I'm going to put this on the church channel too. I intended it mainly for integrative preparedness because, we're in the garden and we grow to be prepared and all that, but I realized that the message here was much different than simple preparedness, so I'll put it on Stonemont Church as well. If you guys aren't with us on Stonemont Church, if it's your thing, love to have you. The link's down below, but it's up to you. And I was looking at the pears, and there were two hanging right there, just perfect, perfectly formed. And the thought immediately came to my mind, thank you Father, for this great blessing. And I stood there for just a few minutes, and very often, when you're working in the garden, you're thinking about other things, or it's hot, or you're focused on what you're trying to accomplish, right? Because you have work to do. But it's important not to be driven away from the important things by that work, and so I felt drawn, and I thought about it. I just looked at those pears, and it came to me, as some of you will understand. And a prayer came from me, and we know where that comes from. Thank you, Father, for your miracles. And when you look at that, it is a miracle. I didn't pick any peaches or pears or anything. I didn't pick any apples, peaches, pears, anything, because they're not ready. But there were tomatoes and peppers ready, and so I actually, this is one that I picked yesterday, but I picked it up just to kind of hold it up here and show you. Look at that miracle for a minute. Look at that miracle. It's amazing, isn't it? It's amazing, God's providence for us. If we rely on Him, He is reliable in all things. Think about the miracle that formed that. We think too often about the cultivating of the soil and the amending and the weeding and all that. And okay, good, now it's starting to come out and we can get food out of the garden, but I think we think too rarely about the miracle that is, and the miracles that are now contained within it, right? Think about all the seeds that are in there that will produce plants, each of which will produce a plant that will produce many of these. I don't mean to be preachy on this for the Integrative Preparedness channel. I do mean to be preachy for the Stonemont Church channel. But remember, don't let yourself be driven by the cares of this world, by the worries of this world. We are admonished not to worry, to the point that you don't see every miracle around you, because that's all you got to do. I'll probably do a more extensive sermon on this on the church channel. The miracles around you every day. Too many people focus on the problems and the work and the worries. Excuse me just a second. I had to sneeze. Didn't figure you all wanted to hear that. My eyes are watery. It's just a sneeze. I'm not sad. So remember that. We're focused on that. I will add something here, because I think that a lot of people are misled about this particular subject. And very often, on the preparedness videos, I will get people come on and say, We are not to worry. We are not to worry because God will provide for all of our needs, which is true, if we go to Him, right? But within their comment, I can see that what they are doing is they are sidestepping their responsibility to do what they're supposed to do. There are too many people who clamped onto that, don't worry, the lilies of the field, the birds of the air, you all know that. They don't worry, and God provides them all the things. Well, God has given us work to do. We are not a bird, and we are not a lily, okay? We are supposed to participate in His plan for our life. When those people say things like that, I say, well, I have no doubt that God could provide me daily manna if He chose, that I could get up every morning and open my door and there would be a big bag full of the food that I need for that day. I have no doubt He could do that. Up until now, He has not done it. He has not decided to do that. He has expected me to go out and do the work that He has put in front of me. What that message means when Jesus said that about worry, it means don't doubt. Don't worry that God won't provide for you. Here's the big second half. If you are doing what you're supposed to do. Okay. So that idea that you're just supposed to leave it all up to God and not do anything to prepare is very dangerous, and those who believe it are very misled. And many of them have been misled by so-called ministers and churches and things. God put us on this earth, and this wonderful earth, this beautiful earth. Are there bad things in it? Yeah, there are. We're not going to talk about that. That's not the issue here today. The issue is the miracles that He has surrounded us with. So I'll leave it there. I know. The preacher and me could go for another hour on this. I'm going to stop here, and I'll talk more about it over one of these days on the church channel. But don't let yourself get wrapped up in the concerns of the world to the extent that you fail to see the miracles all around you. Think about that. I think about that pear coming in its own time, coming from the seed. It's coming in its own time. And I can't rush it. But what I can do is appreciate the process of the miracle. You all have a great day. And I will talk to you later. Bye-bye.